Tonight, we are going to witness the most anticipated podcast in the history of professional day trading. For the undisputed podcast championship of the world. Day traders, are you ready? For the dedicated TrickTrades members following and the millions listening around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first on the red microphone, 6-year day trading veteran with an undisputed record of kicking the stock market's ass. The trading pride of Alberta, Canada, Trick Mitchell! And now, taking on the blue microphone, 20-year veteran bartender and day trading slugger, America's pride, Tino the Stock Market Nightmare!
Hey, thanks, Michael. That was really nice of you. Hey, where are you going? Oh, he's gone.
He's out of here?
Yeah, he's gone.
We're going worldwide, man. We got Michael Buffer. I mean, it's just going to get better from there, right?
Yeah, I mean, how can you top Michael Buffer? That's ridiculous. He comes all the way out from LA to Alberta, Canada, and does a big intro for us, and then he just fucks off. He just fucked off right into the forest.
I'm telling you, man, TrickTrades is getting its claws in everywhere, man. People want to see what the hell you got going on.
Well, yeah, I mean, how can you not? I mean,
right?
We're taking the market by storm here, right?
Yeah, man. It was pretty crazy week last week, man.
Oh, last week was, really ridiculous. I mean, we caught some massive trades on some really nice squeezes, really predictable squeezes. I mean, to me, those types of squeezes on HEAR and BLNK, I mean, you should be able to see that shit a mile away. I mean, it's funny because you mentioned my line in the sand video, right? Yeah. And, for the people that were actually prepared, because a few people ended up picking it up. And I mean, I'm sure they hammered that. They had to have seen that coming a mile away after viewing that. And, it's amazing that people, these stubborn shorts get caught up in it.
Well, with BLNK, what was it? Like, what was the key thing about that made you say, yup, this is going to get squeezed for sure? What was it?
Well, the one day it was just defending the 560s really hard. And, it's just, okay, so.
It shoots up, right?
Actually, it wasn't even that day that, like the main part of it. It's funny because when you get a multi-day runner, when we haven't had a multi-day runner in a while, like we haven't had a really go balls to the walls crazy multi-day runner since HMNY and XNet, OSTK, what else? Mara, all the pennies like Riot, all the penny stock, or sorry, not cryptos. They went nuts, right? So we haven't had a multi-day runner. So what happens? It becomes a feeding frenzy, right?
Right.
So people see a big day, and then it sells off, trap shorts, and then day two it holds and it tests lows and it holds. Now that's the big scary moment for a short. And for anyone that may not be aware, hey guys, I'm a short. I'm a short bias trader. I mean, especially when it comes to penny stocks. But I stopped shorting penny stocks just because there's so many new traders that get in oversized because they're listening to these jackasses thinking that, it's normal to take, 10, 20, 40, 50, 100,000 shares of something. It's not. That's not a normal thing, especially for a new trader. Don't be taking size like that and that's what creates these squeezes. You get these new shorts, new traders that get in way too big, and they're very emotional. They can't handle the stress of a little bit of a green candle. And once a stock starts holding, they become very impatient and they're like, "Fuck it, I'm out." Yeah. And then it causes a big spike because they mark it out like a monkey, and the stock runs, and it just creates a domino effect. And to get caught up in something like that, it happens. Don't get me wrong, guys, but to fight it, what the fuck are you doing, man? As a professional, to fight something when you have seen something like this 1,000 times before, it's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. And, it doesn't matter what the fundamentals are of a company. It doesn't matter how big of a piece of shit, because the stock isn't running on fundamentals, right? It's not running on fundamentals. It's running on a squeeze. It's running on new shorts that are in too big, too early, and not recognizing support and resistance. Typical, very elementary, technical analysis, right? So,
you know what? I was going to say, it all goes back to what you always said about being in a trade and having a plan.
Yeah.
And you even say it so nonchalantly, like, listen, if you're short bias and it goes up against you, just get out. Get out.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Why fight it, man? It's that simple. And when you really think about it, you might take a loss. Okay, but that's part of the game. But get the fuck out of the trade, man.
Yeah. There's
always another time to enter if you want to. You know?
Exactly. And to revenge trade a ticker like that is very, and I hate the word newbie, but that's such a newbie mistake, is to get into a fucking knife fight with a gorilla. I mean, you may have a knife, but hey, man, that's a fucking gorilla.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and that one guy, there's a trader last week that just took a loss that, it would crush people. And this guy took it a few times.
I wasn't going to bring that up. I was just going to kind of let that go, because for some reason he's really well respected. And I had a couple of tweets out there, and about the fellow, I'm not going to name any names. I mean, we all know who the fuck I'm talking about. I mean, we're not stupid, right? But to take one big loss, okay? So day one, you get your ass handed to you. It happens. It happens to the best of us, okay? He's not the only one that got his ass handed to him on day one. It happens, okay? But to go on to another $45,000, $50,000 loss, and then another, $20,000 loss that week is nonsense. That is a gambler. That is someone that is revenge trading. That is someone that is trading emotionally. That is someone trying to make money back. Those are big mistakes. Now, hey, guys, I don't want you to get me wrong. I don't want you to think that I'm just hating. I do not give a flying fuck what somebody does with their money. You want to burn it? You want to set it all on fire? I'll help you light a match. We'll have a good time. But for you to be doing tutorials and be somewhat, and now I don't want to say he's an educator, but because people always say, well, he doesn't have a service. Yeah, but he's gearing up to launch one, guys. Come on. Right? To teach that type of nonsense is reckless and unacceptable. Okay. There's another trader, and I will mention this trader's name because he also took, I think he took like a $10,000 or $11,000 loss on it, ducks. But here's the thing, Tino. Here's the thing. When you're playing with size, you're going to take some losses. Okay. Yeah. So So Steven Dux took a 10 or 11 or whatever $1,000 loss. That really isn't a big, and I know it sounds really hard for, traders that are either still struggling or building a smaller or a small-ish or a medium account to understand a $10,000 loss. Really, it's not, because he probably had some really nice size to it. So when you think about it, let's say he had 10,000 shares, right? So that would have moved a point on him. So when something's squeezing up, a point, a $1 per share move isn't that much, right?
Right.
So he probably had more than 10,000. So it's probably more like 20,000. So 20,000 shares at a 50-cent loss is 10K, right? So that kind of puts it into perspective that loss really isn't that big of a deal. Here's the difference. There's a big difference between Dux and what the other fellow did. To fight something, to have, in the 70s, $70,000 loss, and then fight it the next day for another 50 like I said, I really don't care. It's the fact that, a guy's doing YouTube tutorial videos and, he has a duty, right? He has an obligation to be in the trading community to protect meatheads.
Yeah.
Right. Because, a new trader is a total meathead. He comes in, he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's short and shit. He's long and shit. He's all over the place, right? And he doesn't know what type of size to use. He has no idea. And on a penny stock, you can take a lot of size really quickly and really not know what you're getting yourself into, right? Because they didn't quickly do the math, right? Like someone sees these guys taking, 100,000 shares or some BS like that, and they're thinking, oh, okay, well, I'll take just a small size. I'll just take 10,000 shares. Well, like I just pointed out about 2 minutes before, I mean, it can go against you really quickly, right? Yeah. And okay, guys, I'm going to clear something up, because people probably they probably either think I'm a nut, or they think I'm a troll, or they think I'm a hater. Here's the thing, guys. I'm a fucking educator first and foremost. I really do take my my job very serious. I really do. I want nothing but the best for my members and other traders. You don't just have to have a member for me to give a shit, okay? I don't want to see new traders come into the markets, start learning the markets, learn from some reckless gunslinging gambler, and give up. Okay? Why do you think that number of the 90 or 95% fail rate is so big? Now, like I've pointed out before, the whole 90 or 95%, I don't know what the real number is. We just say that as a thing. I mean, the 90% of traders fail, that's probably like an institutional number and not so much a retail number, right? So, yeah. So, but it's probably more in the retail space, right? Because, I mean, so many people are just uneducated, and they come into it thinking, because they see fucking Tim Sykes with his multiple millionaire students for whatever. Yeah. Over 20 years. Exactly. Yeah. Right. So they make it look like it's easy, and it's not. And I don't, I can't stress this enough, guys. I really am not hating on the guy. I just think okay, here's the thing. Last time he took some big losses, some well-known market leading professionals reached out to give him some help, and he dismissed them. Really? Yeah, he completely dismissed them and shrugged them off and got really arrogant with them. So, you know what? Fuck them. I'm sorry, but that's when people are reaching out trying to help you and you're not listening. Guys that have been there, done this shit, and you just dismiss them like some punk. That's what you are. You're a punk. And there's like I put a tweet out there the other day. I mean, if you want to go like the whole hand clapping and cheering for anyone like that, and it's not just him, it's anyone like that, is nonsense, okay? Because you're essentially rewarding bad behavior.
Yeah.
There's no risk management. His risk reward is completely skewed. And I know he likes to debate that it isn't, but it is. Okay? Because I know he bases a lot of his trades off of levels. I do the exact same thing, but I'm also not taking, $100,000 losses on a regular fucking basis, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't want people to think that I'm not playing with size, because I am playing with size, and I'm playing with size on stocks that move points. Okay. So
yeah, well, proper stocks,
yeah.
And with BLNK, I remember in the chat you said this thing is going to squeeze, and you were pounding the table.
Yeah.
Now, what was it about that moment that you said, "Yup, this is going to get squeezed right now"? Was it the volume that was coming in? Was it just hit a key resistance level? What was it exactly that you said, "Yup, this is"?
Well, it's kind of there's a lot of different reasons. Daily chart, the way it sucked in shorts on the daily chart, right? So you have long-term shorts. See, a lot of retail traders, they kind of dismiss, and that's what the whole line in the sand theory is. It's finding out where the shorts are, right? And potential squeeze zones. And once you've kind of been shown that information, it's pretty, I don't want to say it's easy. It still takes some sort of market intuition. But you can spot these areas. So number one, the daily chart. Number two, social media. These people that go around telling everyone how much size they have in a short position, and that's such a big no-no. Don't do that, because there's people out there, even institutional traders, that I don't think people realize how much hate there is for the retail trader. There's a lot of hate for the retail trader. Okay, a lot of people don't realize that. So all it takes is one institutional outfit to just have enough of these fucking guys on Twitter. And hey guys, there's 100% proof that yes, this does go on. This isn't just some cockamamie idea that I have. It happened on dries as well, and it's not just because Kalani fucking bailed that it squeezed up. These institutional outfits, they get really pissed off at the arrogance of the retail trader, right? Because you get these guys with the fucking cars and posting their P&Ls like it's like there's some sort of hot shit, and you're such a small potatoes compared to a lot of these, the institutional outfits, and they get sick of the arrogance and they'll squeeze you out. Right. Because they can. Yeah. It's just simple as that, guys. If I had the power, why wouldn't I? What's $1 million gives a shit, right? Right. To take some punks out. Yeah. I would do it all the time because I'm silly like that. I mean, why not, right? Let's have some fun, right? I remember, a couple days ago, you and I were on the phone, and you were going on a rant. I was kind of laughing about it because I could tell you were getting worked up about it. And it was the fact that, and you had a good point, the fact that all these sheep out there that follow these Twitter people, they sit there and they hand clap because, oh yeah, thanks for being transparent. You're awesome. Fuck. You know what I mean? Like, okay, great. You're transparent. You just lost almost $100,000. Well, congratulations. Yeah. Like, it's the dumbest. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. And that's part of the problem with Twitter, I think. First of all, half of that stuff's fake. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'd say most of it is. Yeah. Probably 90% of it. Yeah. And, we were laughing about it on the phone. We're like, most of these guys that post this shit probably were total geeks growing up. They never had a girl. They never kissed a girl before. Yeah. They want to post all this stuff and to feel important. Yeah. Just and they got an innie, not an outie. And I'm not talking about a fucking belly button here. Yeah. Right? Yeah, man. So it's their platform to be like, hey, look at me, and these sheep just follow them, man. And it's just, I'm
I'm amazed at how stupid the public can be sometimes when they sit there and believe this stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's the whole hand clapping because they're transparent. Oh, thank you for being so transparent.
Yeah.
Transparent. Okay. Guys, a transparent gambler is still just that, a fucking gambler. Like I said in my tweet, go to your local casino, okay? Go stand next to Aunt Edna on the putting all of her retirement money into the one-armed bandits and hand clap for her.
Yeah.
After she tells you that she lost $100,000 into it over the past little bit. Go do it. It's the same fucking thing.
Right.
Stop hand clapping for these guys because they're fucking transparent. It's nonsense. It's absolutely nonsense. I'm fucking sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Yeah. And, you know, these are the guys that are so-called gurus and educators. And that's what gives everybody like that a bad name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's actually sad because here you are trying to do a good service and expose the hypocrisy of what's going on, you know?
Yeah. And people look at me like I'm some sort of an asshole. Right.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I'm telling you, like that line in the sand video just opened up my eyes so much to, you could just see the emotion. Like you said, the candlesticks are just emotion. That's all it is a picture of emotion. And it is. Yeah. It's so true.
That's all it is.
And it was a perfect example with BLNK, you know, exactly emotion. That's what it was.
Oh, easy call. Yeah, easy call.
Yeah.
You should, as a professional, you should be able to see that shit coming a mile away because what are you? You are a professional, right?
Right.
Professionals still make mistakes, but you should be able to see something that's like right in front of your face.
Yeah.
To me, that's something that's just like, man, it's gonna squeeze. I know there's no definites and 100% in trading and in the market. The market's going to do whatever the market's going to do. You can't put your will upon the market. But here's the thing, guys. You can see this shit coming a mile away. You know, and, you know, another thing, I mean, you know, he just got caught up in a halt, right? And then he traded that LFIN. And I know a lot of people made a lot of money on LFIN. Okay. I called that T12 halt that day.
Yeah, I remember that. That's still halted, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God, can you imagine? It's over a month ago? Your money's tied up, gone.
Yeah, think about borrow fees. Think about all that. Sure, when it's going to, you know, and there's a lot of people that were chasing it long, right? The shorts will come out ahead, well, depending. Yeah, they should. I mean, borrow fees were pretty expensive on that. But still, I mean, you know, and then I remember him saying on his YouTube video, because that was one of the biggest trades he's made, that, oh, there's no way to know that these things are going to halt. Yeah, there is, dude, because it reeks of fraud.
Yeah.
The fraud, the fucking exchange will not put up with that shit when it starts climbing the way it did back in last summer. You know, I mean, this sort of shit is just, it's simple to see. And I don't understand how these are the ones that the people look up to because of transparency. Oh, he's so transparent. Like, fuck, man. It's so frustrating. It really is frustrating that the sheep just like, and if you go through the comments, there's such sheepish comments. It just reeks of sheep shit, man. Like, fucking cut it out. It's ridiculous. It really is, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe we'll segue in. Like, like I said, guys, for the ones that are just tuning in, just listening, you know, just getting to know us, I really don't want to come off like I'm bashing a guy. I didn't mention the fucking guy's name. I know we all know who it is. We're not stupid, but I'm not outing someone to out them. It is to warn people against following the wrong people. I fucking care, man. I really do. Anyone that knows me knows that I bleed for this shit. I just want to help. And it's frustrating when new traders come in and they just follow the wrong people because they don't know any better. They go by who has the most followers and tweets a lot and, you know, posting the P&L. which is all just a big chest beating, look at the size of my fucking cock, right?
Right.
That's all that is. I mean, why would you, I don't know, whatever. Basically what I'm getting at is risk management is so important. That's the only thing we control as traders, okay? Is it fine to take losses? Yes. I take them every day. Every day. It's pretty rare that I'll go, 3 for 3 or 4 for 4 on my trades every day, because roughly I take about, anywhere between 3 and 4 trades a day. Sometimes more. It depends, right? And I take losses all the time, but it's cutting them. You just got to cut them. Because when you don't cut them, you're becoming emotionally attached to a position, right?
Right.
It's because you think you know better than the market. The market's giving you signals to get out. Get out. What are you doing? Right?
Yeah, it's that simple.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. It really is,
But, people get emotionally attached to these stocks, and they think it's going to do something, and it doesn't, and turns into a big nightmare after that. Then they get pissed, and then they're, when you speak that internal language to yourself, that becomes reality. Like, you believe the stories you tell yourself. If you sit there and say, I suck, oh my God, I'm stupid, you are gonna be stupid.
I hate hearing that. I hate hearing that. We've had some people come into the room and they're new and they take a couple trades, and I've looked at the trades, and they're really not bad trades. They just didn't work. And even if they were bad trades, who gives a shit? That's not the point. But they say, "Oh, I fucking suck." Oh my God, I hate hearing that, man. What are you doing saying that you suck?
You're validating to the world that you suck, and that's gonna happen. Then you are gonna suck. You have to figure out a way to have some internal dialogue. And like we talked about the last podcast, when you say it out to the world, it becomes reality.
Yes.
So if you make a bad mistake or a bad trade or whatever, anything in life, you do something bad, find something good about it, because there's always something good in there somewhere, and say it out loud. Say, yep, I did this, but this is what I learned, and move forward. It'll totally change your life. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. And that's, when we talked about this last episode too, where I was talking about the emotional journal, right? Or the psychological journal that I keep. It's a way of tracking trades, but it has more to do with what you were feeling in the trade, the emotions, and it basically makes you aware of your emotions more so, right?
Right.
So after I potentially sometimes beat the shit out of myself in that journal, I always will end it on a high note. Always. You got to leave things on a positive note. I get my balls busted because people think I'm a negative guy because I hammer on these fuckheads. Nah, man, I'm a positive guy. I haven't got to where I got by being negative. I'm not a negative person. I'm extremely positive. I just don't like the hypocrisy and the bullshit that's out there.
Yeah. And if you keep telling yourself, that you're stupid and why did I do this? And if you ask yourself negative questions like that, your brain is going to find an answer to that question and answer it.
Yeah.
And you might not like that answer, but you put it out there and you're getting your answer. Yeah. And it's going to just snowball from there and just take you down,
Oh yeah.
Ask yourself better questions, man. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, it's so important and it's so crucial. Mindset is everything, right?
We had a member in the room last week, and he asked the question. He goes, and he wanted to ask you. He goes, how did you feel when you started to be consistent? So when you started to become consistent, there were still losses going on, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. And so how did you maintain that positive attitude where you're like, well, I'm getting this, I
think, well, what really happened at that turning point is I stopped giving a shit about my losses. Now I know some of you may think, oh yeah, losses are okay. But it's almost like you're lying to yourself.
Yeah, right.
Right? You don't fully believe it. There's a difference between telling yourself and believing it. I
Yeah.
fully believe, and I know wholeheartedly, 100%, that losses do not matter. Anyone can attest when I'm trading live on screen share, when I take a loss, you don't hear anything in my voice, do you?
No.
No, nothing.
No, you're like, okay, I just lost on that one. Next.
Yeah, stopped out.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, sometimes I'll even laugh when I get my ass handed to me, because it's like, what else do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, the market corrected you. Like,
Yeah,
the market showed you that you are such an insignificant little ant that it doesn't matter. It can squash you anytime, and it doesn't. So there's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
All you can do is laugh sometimes, and all you can do is just move on. And you can't hang on to that, right?
Yeah.
You know, like in football, there's a 24-hour rule, right? So you have 24 hours to get over that last loss.
Right.
That's what but you got to, it's more like the 12-hour rule.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's it. Once you review those trades, you cannot think about them again. You can learn from your mistake, and you have to move on.
Yeah. And if your losses do matter, then you need to ask yourself, maybe you're playing too much money, because if they're really pissing you off and bothering you, then a couple things are going on. You're either playing way too big, or something's going a little funky with your strategy that you're doing, or you're getting too emotionally tied in and you're letting the trade go way past your plan. You know?
Yeah. And I don't want you guys to think out there, to all the new traders, that I haven't lost sight of what it's like to lose money. But as a new trader, you shouldn't be trying to make money. You know, you see a lot of bullshit in these rooms where, you will only get attention as a trader that's making a win, because that guru wants to take snapshots of your P&L, and he wants to post them. And that's it. He'll never talk about the members' losses and the members' troubles, right? He won't even talk to you if you're, that's such a bullshit mentality, right?
Yeah.
So,
right.
It's, losses suck. They can suck, right? But you can't let them affect you. Like, nobody wants to see money coming out of their small account, right? I get that. But I'm telling you, the second you detach yourself from that money, now this is where it gets a little touchy, because I don't want you guys to think that you don't give a fuck about your money, right? Because you have to. You need to respect money, right? You can't have $150,000 loss in a few days. That's disrespect, right?
Yeah.
You need to respect yourself, first and foremost. You need to respect money, number two. And you need to respect the market as well. I mean, it's so crucial. It's so key. And, losses are difficult. It's I'll be honest with you, okay? Now, I can help with getting over losses, but there's nothing because it's such a deep-seated mental mind fuck at the beginning that I can give you a couple tricks to be very patient in a trade and to handle your losses, but I can't tell you how to get over losses.
Right.
That's something you are going to have to discover along your journey. Okay? Like, straight up, there's nothing I can do about that, because I can't go into your brain and smack it around.
Yeah.
I don't know what I could do. It's something I rack my brain about all the time. I think about all the time, because that was the defining moment. People ask me, when did you become consistent? And I do struggle with that. It's well, I don't know. Like, when the fuck did I become consistent? What's your idea of consistent? Maybe I'm overthinking the question, right? But I guess that would be the answer. That's the answer. The moment I became consistent is the moment I stopped caring about my losses and I dismissed them while in the heat of the battle, meaning market hours. You cannot think about losses. There is a time for review and there is a time to trade. And right now you're trading and you cannot let those losses affect you because you'll go into the rabbit hole. And we discussed the rabbit hole before, and you will go down there and you're going to get your ass handed to you, and you're going to either blow up your account or you're going to damage it so badly that it's almost next to impossible to crawl out.
Yeah. Yeah. Happens all the time, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, so
yeah.
Just really, you know, listen to our words, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, I mean, that's why I tell everyone to take it slow, right? Like, you know, a lot of other educators, they'll try and get you to push size, right? And not at the beginning, because you don't need to worry about winning and making money at the beginning. You really don't, right? Like that'll come. It's the process. That's it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, like I told you before, you know, I've been with you, going on 6 months, 7 months. I'm still playing the same size.
Yeah.
Very small, man.
Yeah,
very small.
Fine.
And I'm in no hurry, man. I've got the rest of my life. Everybody, you guys all have the rest of your life to do this.
Yeah.
And it goes back to what we said before. If you do this because you have to, then you're in the wrong business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. People that are quitting their day jobs because they want to become a day trader. I mean, no, man. It's maybe that's a little bit different story if you're really prepared for it.
Yeah.
Right. And you've socked away a bunch of money and you are, well, I mean, you're a smart guy. You understand that this is a long road. If you're going to quit your job with, you know, a few $100 in the bank and just be like, oh, fuck, I'll wire out in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Every week I'll just wire out. That's another thing. This, you know, I fucking see people, new traders, that are building their account, that they go out for fancy dinners. They, I don't know, buy themselves a fucking $300 or $500 bottle of scotch. They, I don't know, they rent a fucking limo. They do all this shit. It's such the wrong mentality.
Yeah. I
mean, I've been full-time now for 3 years, and for the most part, I don't touch my account. I don't touch it.
Right. I mean, it's nice to know in the back of your mind it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm pissing around with just a medium-sized account. No, I've got a meaty beady big and bouncy account.
Yeah.
It's a dream, right?
Yeah.
And you don't touch it. That's your baby.
Yeah.
Because how do you make money with more money? Right?
Right.
So you need to live like a peasant, right? I mean, I really don't spend money on anything. I mean, it's rare, man. I mean, up until recently, I mean, I bought myself a nice little trophy there for all my hard work recently. And I mean, that's about it. Right.
Right. Yeah. You can't get caught up. I mean, and that's another problem with the social media and these sheep, man.
Yeah, man.
Everybody's buying and they want to be like that without having any clue on how to do it, you know?
No. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, you know, like, thanks, Netflix. You just bought me a car, right? Like,
yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. You know. But, you know, it's good to know that there's a place to go, which is your chat room where it's no bullshit, guys. I mean, it's a long journey. That's what you're on. This isn't going to happen overnight. And I wish people would stop thinking about that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And even the big wins, get that out of your mind.
Yeah.
Put that in the back of your mind and just keep chugging forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And get all the materialistic shit out of your head. That'll come in time if that's what you really want to do, but just focus on the process and learning.
Yeah. And I'll tell you guys too, like once you get to that point, you don't even care. You don't. And I that may sound like a jackass thing to say because, a lot of you would kill to make, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 on a trade. But I tell you, once you get to that point, it's a non-thought, right?
Yeah. It go. When we talked about last week about my situation when I got involved in real estate, I had 1.5 million on paper I could have sold out. So I was walking around knowing that I'm a millionaire on paper, but if I chose to, I could sell and get that cash. And to be honest with you, didn't fucking matter, man.
Yeah.
Life was still the same. In fact, it was probably more stressful because with money comes great responsibility, like Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility, because in a second.
Just quoting Spider-Man.
Yeah, dude, superpowers, buddy. You know what I mean? And in a second, I could have said, yup, I'm going to cash out and I'm going to go buy all kinds of shit and have all this shit around my house.
Yeah.
And do what? Great. So you have to come. Yeah. I mean, it fucks with your mind, Yeah. But I'm not saying don't be afraid to make money and money's no good. I mean, money's great.
Oh, money's great.
But there's still life, Yeah. And I don't want to get too deep in this, but what's more important than money is health, and I saw my mom and dad deteriorate and they passed away. And it just goes to show you, I don't care how much money you got. If you don't have your health, you don't have shit.
No.
Nothing fucking matters.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, we only have this body. You have this body that you're in and you go through life once. And if you're not healthy and you got millions of dollars, doesn't fucking matter, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, I mean, you can't take that shit with you.
No.
All money boils down to is security. That's it. It's not about the watches, the cars, the yachts, the fucking women in bikinis or guys in Speedos. I don't know however you want to look at it. It's not about that, right? Like whatever way you swing. It's not about that. It just boils down to security. It's kind of nice knowing that I really don't like a lot of that's why the stock market is so erratic and so emotional is because of money, right? I mean, that's when humans are the most emotional is over money. So it is really nice. It's that security aspect of it, right? Like it's nice knowing that you can always pay your bills and, you could give everything up. You could walk away right now and you could pay your bills for 10 or 20 years straight. That's a nice thing. That's nice when you have your vehicles and your house paid for and you don't owe a single motherfucker on this planet a goddamn thing. I tell you, man, to me, that has always been my goal. It's never to have the watches and the cars and all that shit. That's nonsense. That stuff doesn't matter. It's the day you pay off your mortgage. It's the day you can go in and buy a vehicle, and no, not a fucking Maserati, motherfuckers, just a regular car, cash, right?
Yeah.
It's not having bills. It's not taking things on credit. That's the true success. You don't want to owe anybody anything. I mean, mind you, I'd really recommend leasing a car. I mean, people always, bust these guys' balls. Oh, they don't own it. Yeah, probably because they're fucking smart. Why would you want to own a fucking Maserati?
Yeah. Right.
It, man. Get a new one
Yeah.
every year. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, fuck, if it fucks, floats, or flies, you lease it, right? Like, I mean, you don't, you don't be buying shit. I mean, that's the poor man's mentality, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's funny, when back in the day in Vegas when we were making all kinds of shit ton of money bartending, the watching the women. Oh my God, who had the nicest purse? As soon as the girl got the purse, the other girl had to go get a bigger one.
Oh yeah,
I mean, it's insane. Girls hate women. I mean, women hate women.
Oh no, they're yeah, no, I know, yeah,
yeah. And it's like a big cockfight on Twitter with these freaking gurus, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look at me. And it's like I said, these guys probably grew up, never kissed a girl in their life.
Yeah.
And now they're swinging their cocks on Twitter, you know?
Yeah.
And it's such a mirage. And I feel sorry for these people, these sheep that get involved with them, and then they get in there. They're gung-ho, they're gunslingers, and within a month they've blown all their money, and they're like, the stock market's bullshit, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate hearing that, man. Oh, smart stock market's rigged, trading sucks. Like, no, it's impossible. No, it's not. You just went about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
You learned from the wrong motherfucker, right? Yeah. And
right.
You know what pisses me off, and I may or may not go off on another rant here. I don't know.
Do it, man. Do it.
But you know what pisses me off as an educator, okay? As an educator, I anyone that knows me, they know that I do take this shit very serious. I do take my job as an educator serious. Why do you think I get all worked up, right? I get worked up because other fucking guys in my position don't get worked up. Yeah. You guys keep your fucking mouth shut. And I'm talking to all you fucking guys out there. You guys keep your mouth shut over guys like I just spoke about for the past half an hour. Why? Because are you upset? Are you scared to upset the herd? Are you not a fucking grown man? You're worried what people think of you? Or no, what it is you're worried you'll lose subs.
Yeah.
If you want to call someone out, because I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
Start calling these people out. We as educators need to stand together to alert, like that little pun there, alert, these new traders and traders in general, because there's a lot of not just new traders, but like seasoned traders that are fucking sheep too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I hate that I am one of the only guys out there that call people out. I hate that. Stand together as an educator, stand with me, and fucking call these people out, because I know you're thinking the same thing as me. Don't think for a second that, like, I mean, what? You don't think that fucking $150K in a week is fucking retarded?
Yeah. Right.
Like, I hate that I'm like, everyone keeps their fucking mouth shut because they're so afraid. Afraid of what? It's social media. What, you're afraid you're going to lose subs? You don't want those subs in your room anyways, man. You don't want.
They don't want to ruin that dream for these fucking people. You know what I mean? Like they say, they don't want to say, you know what? That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen, losing 150 grand. Why are they doing it? They want to feed off it. Yeah. Like you said, they want to do it for the subs. They're like, oh yeah, see this guy, you can come in here and make that kind of money.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I don't want to, I don't have my nose up your ass or anything, but like that's what makes you different is you're saying, look, you can come to TrickTrades. You're not going to make $150,000 in a month. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm going to show you the realities of the situation, man. Yeah, I know.
And these jokers out there that just feed off the money and the zeros, and they just want to see the numbers with all the zeros after it.
Yeah.
And it's just a damn shame that people aren't smart enough to weed out the bullshit that's going on.
Yeah.
And they wait till they blow their account to call them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, and like you said, I think there a lot of these gurus are afraid to stir the waters. You know what I mean?
They don't want to upset the herd, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Because those sheep are their subs, man.
Yeah.
Well, how about you take your fucking job serious and you let these, whether you piss them off or not, I mean, maybe if you're still around and you're an educator in a few years, once these sheep become non-sheep and they really do open up their eyes, they finally open it up because it takes time to open up your eyes sometimes, then maybe they'll come to you. They'll be like, hey, this was the only guy that fucking gave a shit and warned me against these guys. And I'm not just, it's not just because a lot of people, they like to warn against pump and dumps and penny stock promoters and stuff. It's not just them that are doing damage to the industry. It's people like the guy we spoke about. They do the most damage. They're so detrimental to a new trader's career. And I know the new traders that are listening are shaking their heads right now and rolling their eyes. I'm telling you guys, give it a couple years. You will see things the way I see them. All professionals, 90% of professionals think the way I do.
Yeah. I get really mad at myself when I joined Sykes and his whole band of idiots there.
Yeah.
That traveling circus.
Yeah.
And because everybody is so excited about the next big runner. Like that's all they live for, man.
Yeah.
And it's the dumbest way to trade. I mean, I didn't know it at the time. I thought that's what you do. I thought that's where you really make the money.
Yeah. No, me too. At the beginning, I remember that. I remember always waiting for that next multi-day runner. And
then it's all over Twitter and the chat rooms, and then you feel like you're part of something big, and like everybody's going to make all this money, and it's the farthest thing from the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so highly manipulated, and these moderators just pump them up even more. And today was a great day. It went up 10 cents, and whatever.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, huge trade. Huge trade. We made 30 cents a share. Fucking 30 cents. I wouldn't know.
Can't wait for tomorrow.
30 cents.
And all that bullshit chatter overnight. Oh, what's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? And
it makes people a part of something.
Stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
Yeah, play some proper stocks. And, I wasn't going to bring this up because, and it doesn't matter. I'm not going to get into it too much, but I want to clear the air. It's not necessarily penny stock bashing. I traded BLNK. That's a penny stock, right? It's the wrong way to trade them, right? And a lot of the times I don't tell my members when I'm in those stocks because as an educator, I take my job serious, right?
Yeah.
And there's a better, easier, safer way. And then you get some fucking retard on Twitter saying, all because of my extensive gaming experience, I'm really fast, so that's why I can play these low floaters that are really fast. And if you want to play a large cap grinder, you go right ahead. A grinder? You're telling me a fucking grinder is moving 5 points in like a minute? A grinder?
Yeah.
You don't even know. See, that's the uneducated fucking talking out of turn, right?
Right.
That's what it is. And that's the shit that really pisses me off. Your large cap grinder. We're not playing blue chips, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, shithead.
Like today, I don't know if you saw Tesla today.
Yeah.
There was a perfect entry at I totally missed it. It went 10 points today, man.
Yeah.
10 fucking points.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I, in hindsight, I'm like, oh my God. And I saw the entry I could have had. And 10 points, man. And then I'm looking at these, these penny stock guys that are itching and jonesing for 10 cents.
I know.
You know what I mean?
10 cents. That's the fucking spread on Tesla.
That's like the JV squad, man. This is varsity. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Totally.
And like you said, it's not I don't want to sit here and I know it sounds like I'm bashing penny stocks.
But it's not, though. It's trying to open people's eyes to show them that, because a lot of people think that mid and large caps are grinders. That they just, I know we're not playing fucking blue chips, man, where they they just grind.
Yeah.
No, man. No, these things move points, man. Like 10, sometimes 20, sometimes 200 points in a couple of days.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I mean, you nailed fucking Amazon for 200 points.
That thing went up 130 points in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
30 seconds, 130 points.
Yeah, if that's a grinder, I mean, I'd hate to see a ripper.
Yeah, you know. So I don't know, man. It's like you said, there are plays to be had in penny stocks, but it's the mentality of the penny stock teachers that are
yeah.
And it's the sheep that are following them, and they see any penny stock and they just want to jump in and they just get smoked.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
And I just want to show like everyone go look. It's Monday, May 14th. Go look at the 1 minute chart on Tesla, TSLA today.
Oh man, it's a thing of freaking beauty, man.
That is such an easy entry at the low of daybreak. There's that. There's also I could have caught the top on that actually had I been watching, to be honest.
There were 3 entries
double
there.
top. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. There's all sorts of entries on it, and you'll see how easy it is. But then people say, "Oh, well, it's fucking $300. How am I gonna?" Guys,
buy 5 shares.
Yeah, buy 5 shares and make a few bucks. It's easy money. If you saw a $20 or a $50 or a $100 bill laying on the street, would you not pick it up?
Yeah, pick it up. And that's the whole sheep mentality. Quit trying to knock it out of the park, man. Quit going for the knockout punch.
Yeah, man.
I'm happy. Guys, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you know how much I play, but guys, I'm happy with $50, $100 a day. Yeah, guys, that's good money.
It's for and especially because it's like free money, man.
Yeah, and I'm of course I'll once I get more confidence, of course I'll go up in size, but not for a while. I'm happy making what I'm making,
Yeah,
and it's just that's the problem with these sheep out there is they want to hit the $1,000, $2,000 a day right off the bat, and if they don't, they get
because they think that that's what you should be making, and that's normal. It's like I gotta make $1,000 a day. I gotta make you don't gotta do nothing. Yeah. Cut it out. I gotta make $1,000 a day. Yeah. $1,000 a day. Most likely, you've never made that type of money in your life. As a rig welder, I used to get paid, depending on the amount of hours I would make, but it was roughly anywhere between $1,200 and $2,000 a day. I know what it's like to make that type of money, and that's why it was really difficult when I first went full time, and because it's obviously a pay cut, because you need to have some serious risk management and you need to take your time, and even when you go full time, it's still about taking your time, right? So you gotta make $1,000 a day. You've never made $1,000 a day in your fucking life. $1,000 a day. I gotta make $1,000 a day.
Right? Yeah.
You lunatic. Why? Because fucking Jagoff Jones on Twitter says that you got to make $1,000 a day, or that's what he makes. I know. Right. I know. And these people try and emulate him, and that's the sad part, and you see it on YouTube videos too. How I made 5,000 something, 10,000 a day. Okay. Great. First of all, I don't have and then, you find out I don't have the account to buy that many shares to make that kind of money. Yeah. And that's the thing about playing these proper stocks, which you point out and you teach, is like you don't need a lot of shares, man. No. And you just not hit singles, man. Boom, single, $50. Yeah. After a while, that shit adds up, man. Oh, you gotta remember. Yeah. Just be consistent and just, and don't even look at your account. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, $200 a day is, $50,000 a year. It's good money, man. Like, okay, if you could make $100 a day and supplement your income to make an easy, even $25,000 extra a year, why wouldn't you? Where you could just do it super safely, and even while you're learning, you could make $25,000 a day. extra. Or sorry, 25 grand. 25 grand. Now I'm talking like those assholes, eh? Make 25 grand a day. While sitting on your cell phone from a ski lift in fucking Utah on your cell phone.
Yeah. But, you go back to your theory is you do that for a year, and then the next year you raise up your shares.
Yeah. And then you make 50 grand that year.
Yeah.
The next year. And then the year after that, now you're talking about some pretty decent money. Now you're making 75 grand. Maybe you're making 100 grand.
Yeah.
Guys, it's not, if you take your time, it'll come. It will. But a lot of people won't. That's why they never make it. And that's why the majority of you won't make it, because you're not going to listen to a fucking word I'm saying. You won't.
Yeah.
You think I'm some fucking blowhard, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, you are.
Well, maybe I am. I may be a blowhard and I may be a shithead, but just listen to what I'm saying. I'm not going to steer you the wrong direction.
Yeah.
This is the secret sauce that I'm telling you. That's the secret sauce. Is taking your time.
Yeah, it is, man.
And everyone bouncing from room to room, and I mean, there's very few proper educators out there,
Right.
like very few, and it sucks. I wish there were more that actually gave a shit and weren't just trying to, as I've been accused of, just supplementing my income. I don't need to do this, guys. I don't need to do this.
Well, you can't stop now.
Well, fuck no. I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to do something here.
Yeah, man.
Do it
because you love people.
Oh, yeah. I love people. Yeah. No, I do love what I do, but fucking people sometimes, man, Jesus, don't get me started.
Yeah, I know.
But those are the people that I don't want in the room. And in time, we're going to get, well, we already do. Like, there's maybe out of the hundreds of people that are in the room, there's maybe 2 people that just fucking get under my skin. And one guy bailed today. After I yelled at him, he bailed. He's pissing around with the controls on screen share as I'm trying to get something worked out with Kelvin. Yeah, fucking guy, man. He starts pissing around with the controls as I'm trying to do something. Good God.
Yeah, he yelled.
Wonders why he gets fucking yelled at.
I totally felt like I was in high school, man, and you were the teacher yelling.
Oh,
it was so
man.
funny.
I fucking people, man. Like, good God. Like, that's something I would just never do in a million years.
Right? I know.
Like, I have no patience for stupidity, and that, my friends, was just stupidity. It's like we're trying to get something. We're trying to get a moderator lined up for the afternoon. He's going to take over in the afternoons, and we're trying to figure out. Like I said before, guys, I'm a caveman, right? So we'll tell you the quick story. So I'm a caveman. I don't know how I operate my computer some days, but we had to figure out how he could unmute and mute himself from his end, right? I've never set it up that way, right? I've always done the muting and unmuting because I have to keep people muted or else they unmute themselves and you can hear them fucking jerking off in the background or God knows what the hell they're doing. And so anyways, we're trying to do that, and I'm making the moderator a co-host. And then all of a sudden I noticed some guy, because I had some setting set in the back, he must have went into his thing and like started fucking around with the buttons, and he made himself the host. Like, why are you touching things?
Seriously,
what are you trying to help? It's like, thanks for your help, man, but you're just not helping right now.
It was awesome, man. You went off. It was great.
Fucking people, man.
Yeah. That's great. That's a great mood to be in right before the bell rings, too.
Yeah, like, fuck, that's what I need. That's what I need, to be fucking pissed off, right? Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
It's
too funny, man. Who has more fun than people? Jesus.
Oh, God. Too funny, man. Yeah.
I can't believe Michael Buffer came and...
Dude, listen.
Like, what is that? And you should have seen him. I'm telling you, man, I could see him out my window because he fucked off out the door. He ran through the woods. I got some woods. We got bush in the back. And I just like, maybe Michael Buffer, I know he likes to chase bush, but I mean, that type of bush is the wrong bush. I mean, he fucked off into the woods, man. I don't even know what he's doing.
Listen, our phone's ringing off the hook, man. We've got people that want to make little guest shots on our show. So it's going to be pretty funny, man. I've got some interesting people lined up. Yeah,
we got some real badass celebrities that are going to be making appearances. It's going to be great.
Prestige worldwide.
Yeah.
You know?
Prestige worldwide. Shitheads.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was cool for him to stop by, man. You guys are going to like the guests we got coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some really big celebrities coming in and
a couple degenerates.
Oh, yeah, I know. We'll try and keep those guys out, but I mean they know where I live, right? So
yeah.
But I just we're going to be doing a lot of really good things with the podcast, guys. We're going to be having some I was going to have a guest on tonight, and but the level of the lack thereof of risk management that I witnessed and we all witnessed on social media this week, I really wanted to bring to your guys' attention. And remember, I didn't name a name, so before you getting all pissy with me, I don't give a fuck if we all know who it is or not. I didn't name any names, so relax. I didn't name any names.
Yeah.
It's just to point out that, guys, be careful out there. Don't do what that guy did. Don't do that. The one loss is acceptable. 3 big losses in 1 week it's not acceptable. Not.
No, and as this podcast matures and morphs into whatever it's going to be, we're going to become more transparent.
Yeah.
And things are going to get a little weird, maybe. I don't know. I mean, it's going to get interesting. It's going to get we're going to start exposing, you're going to start exposing the hypocrisy out there.
Yeah.
And polarizing the audience. Like, people are going to start hating you or loving you. You know what I mean?
And of course, I want everyone to love me, but I know that that's not going to happen. I've always had a personality that is very polarizing. Either you love me or you hate me. There's no, I don't mind the guy. There's none of that. Either you love me or you hate me, right? And I find that the sheep really fucking hate me. And the ones that, have their eyes open and are self-thinkers and, my type of fucking guys and girls. Those are the type of people I want around me. I don't want the sheep around me, and they can hate me all they want. But at the end of the day, that's what they are. They're sheep, right?
And this is 100%. We are 100% transparent. You are. Yeah. We're not telling you. We're not making any of this shit up. It's out there.
Yeah.
So if these people want to hate you, let them hate you. But it's life. That's what it is. That's what's going on. We're exposing you because of what you're doing. Don't be mad. Just own up to it.
Yeah.
Be like, yep. Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, we're going to polarize a lot of people out there, and it's going to get really fun. I mean, this is only our second podcast, and this is going to morph into something really awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I know that we're going to do a lot of good out there too. So at the end of the day, that really is the goal, right? It's the goal to open people's eyes. Maybe some people that are sheep and they're tuning in to type in comments to hate on me. Maybe instead of hating on me, they'll have their eyes open and go, well, shit, he's right. Because anything I say, I can back up, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
All of that I can back up. I mean, I've talked to a lot of people in, throughout the year of Trick Trades, and I've had some people in my room that were moderators, that, they're not what they seem. We got one guy that claims he made $1 million last year. Well, he was in our room, guys, and he was posting his P&L daily, and there's no way he made $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean,
another bullshitter, man.
It's just another bullshitter, right? I don't know anyone that's making $1 million in the market. That why would you still be working your 9 to 5?
Exactly.
And I don't want to hear it's because you own that business. That's such bullshit.
Yeah.
Especially coming from a blue collar guy. It's like, I'm a fucking blue collar guy. And it's like, why wouldn't you want to get the fuck out? I had a business too, guys, right? But if we all know the level of focus it takes to hammer these trades, right? It's an incredible laser-like focus, and you can't be on your cell phone from a fucking meeting, making, claiming to make $50,000 trades.
That's such bullshit.
It's nonsense. And for someone to be so concerned about the TrickTrades affiliate program, right?
Right.
And then you're claiming you made $1 million. I'm sick of the bullshit and the lies out there, because it makes my job harder, right? It makes my job harder because of people like that once they get spotted as fakes and phonies and frauds, because we all get lumped into that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. But, you give the people, and I mean, if anybody out there's listening that's never checked out TrickTrades, go check it out. Check out TrickTrades.com and then poke around. See what's going on. Yeah. Your eyes are going to be open, man. You won't believe it.
Yeah, and I mean, for Christ's sakes, just come check us out. Use Trick20, right? As a promo code. I know I said I wasn't going to self-promote and stuff, and I just want you to check it out. Check it out. What's $80? It'll be $80 for the month, right?
Yeah.
Just come check it out. You'll see we're different, man. I mean, and if you don't like it, I mean, okay, we'll say our goodbyes and that's it. But I mean, the people that know, they know. There's a reason why most of my members are absolutely fanatical on Twitter. There's a reason for that, guys. I don't ask them to tweet, because I know that there's a really awesome room out there that tells and basically forces his members to tweet, or they either get kicked out or they get in shit, right? I don't ask anyone to do any of that. So that's all on my members. Just really are that fanatical, because they know they've been to these other rooms, and they've seen the bullshit. And when you come to a room, like, there's rooms out there, like, if your room doesn't even give you a proper watch list, they just type in some tickers. You gotta be shitting me. That's their watch list.
Yeah.
You type in fucking MYO, and it's a bunch of penny stock tickers. You're not even giving them a detailed plan of attack like I do at every fucking day at 9 a.m. plus a video watch list to get people prepared. Like, you're not even preparing your members. Like, preparation is key. So, I mean, if you're in a room and they're not giving you at least a watch list, a proper detailed watch list, get the fuck out, run, because you're just throwing your money out the window, guys. You really are.
Yeah.
So, but we're going to have some fun. We're going to have a really good time. We're going to have some guests on next week. We should have a really, really cool guest that's going to tell us about their triumphs and their, the peaks and the valleys that is trading, right? We're not just going to have a bunch of traders on that just kick ass day in, day out. Nobody wants to hear that.
Yeah. I mean, that's cool and everything, but you got to hear the real stories that are going on out there. Yeah. You got to hear the failures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It makes it more real.
Yeah.
It makes it more believable. It's more in touch,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, that it's important to learn from your mistakes, right? I mean, that's how we grow. So embrace the mistakes, people.
Yeah.
We'll leave it on that. Like, just embrace those mistakes, embrace those losses and learn from them, but don't let them affect you. And please, for the love of God, for any of you that listened last week and you're still not doing that emotional journal, you're on drugs. Start doing it. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. It really is. I mean, if you're here for either entertainment or to learn, then do that. Listen to what we're saying. I'll never steer you in the wrong direction. You have my fucking word on that. I'll never do that. I'll never do that, man. You know?
Yeah.
So, I think on that note, Tino, we're going to wrap it up. It was,
cool.
A nice episode, good episode. And like I said, I was going to have a guest on this evening, but, decided against it. The level of lack of risk management that I saw this week. And it's disgusting. That shit's got to stop. You guys got to stop following and listening to that shit. Social media is the devil. It's horrible. It'll only it's so detrimental to a new trader's career. Yeah. So, just listen to the words I'm saying, and don't get too fired up. I mean, if you do at this moment in time really respect those guys, like we said, I mean, you're going to respect them just because they're transparent. I mean, a transparent gambler is just that, folks, a gambler. Yeah. Right. It doesn't, the whole transparency thing was, that was all created by Tim Sykes to sell Profitly subscriptions anyways. Right. So, just remember that and keep your eyes open and, think for yourselves, who gives a fuck what any trader makes, what anyone makes, that's all just guru bullshit. It's chest pounding BS. Right. Yeah. So, 100%. But anyways, man, thanks, Tino. I mean, really great episode. Thanks for always being there, man. Yeah, buddy. Yeah. And until next week, let's rock and roll this week. Make some good plays, and we'll be back here next week for you guys. Damn straight. All right, folks. Adios. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you next week. Peace, everybody.